was.
And we are live. Welcome back to Sports Chat with Nat. And if this is your first time, we appreciate you joining us. Replay watchers, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm Nat. That's Master T.
Hey, y'all.
This is the recap of Wild Card Weekend.
Wicked, wow. Wicked, wow.
Listen.
Definitely was.
It was definitely wild. Now,
I guess so. It was.
I listen. This thing started on Saturday afternoon with the Chargers at the Texans.
Man, that is my favorite upset. Well, it was the only upset, but it was my favorite. If I talk about upset, I was so excited that they won.
Yeah, we picked the Chargers,
but we both wanted the Texans.
But we both wanted the Texans because we want stats to be meaningful. But I said it before: stats mean a lot, but heart mean even more. Heart and hustle mean even more. And boy, was they hustling. Everybody hustling. Boy, they was hustling.
They definitely redeemed themselves from them last two games that they played against the Ravens and when they played against the Chiefs. So
yes, they were on it. Listen, they had 20 first downs compared to 15 for the Chargers, 429 total yards.
Wow.
To 261. Time of possession 34-25. And the Texans even had 8 penalties.
To the Chargers, what? How many?
2.
Oh, wow.
Only 2 for 10 yards. Yeah. But, I mean, hey, but they were 2 for 2 on 4th down. Texans. 2 for 2 on 4th down. To me, that's powerful. That's like the Detroit Lions. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Oh, speaking of somebody else who went on
wait a minute, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Final score, Texas 32, Chargers 12. Now listen, Justin Herbert, that's his problem. He good one week, he not good the next. He not consistent.
Like that too.
Huh?
Somebody else was like that too.
Yeah, okay, we getting there.
I know.
Yeah, because he was 14 of 32 for 242, but he had 4 interceptions. 4. They had a field day, and he was sacked 4 times. With a quarterback rating of 40. Moving on to my heartbreak of 40? The weekend.
40? Dang.
40, a quarterback rating, a passer rating of 40.
Oh, that's bad.
That's very bad.
Oh, that's
very bad.
That's very bad.
Very bad. They had 50, look, they had 50 total yards rushing. That's like somebody else I know. But anyway, moving on. We get ready to talk about them right now. Pittsburgh at the Baltimore Ravens. Oh my God. Who was that imposters in them Steelers uniform? I don't know who that was.
That was your team.
Listen.
You know, when they got that touchdown, I figured they was starting to come back, and then I was like,
no. First of all, first play of the game, a drop pass. First play, I said, oh, this is it. That's it. That messes with your confidence right there. That does. And Pickens, listen. But now, what I found out, because I got to listen to all of the post-game interviews. Okay.
I know I missed all of them, so I didn't get a chance to hear.
Okay, so Najee said that Pickens. They asked Pickens about the offense. Had he seen any changes? Was it gonna help? No. Okay.
That was just it. Just a no.
No. Nah. So anyway, now of course Russell was as positive as can be, still got a lot of work to do, blah, 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 blah. Patrick Queen.
Playing against his old
Mr. I'm new to the team, but I know everything. He said that he think the defense got overconfident and they stopped really. Remember I said Cam won't bat no passes. They won't doing nothing. They won't.
TJ wasn't even going after
Lamar. Listen. TJ got the running back 3 times with no ball. No ball. And the newscast, sportscast said the same thing I said. They designed that play for TJ to go and get the running back, which they knew he was, but they did not put another linebacker to cut off Lamar in case Lamar had the ball. Because Lamar, I will say it until somebody else show me better, he is the best at deceiving you. You think he got the ball, Derek going with the ball. You think Derek got the ball, Lamar going with the ball. He is a genius when it comes to how long he can hold that ball and you don't know who got. I mean, he went right by TJ. TJ got Derek all wrapped up and Lamar trotting right on by.
You know who's gonna end up being like that? Who's starting to show stuff like that? We gotta get to that game next, but it's definitely not next, but it's gonna be a 2-game zone. But Jaden has that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, TJ has no tackles, no sacks for 2 games.
Wow.
I believe he was hurt. He hurt his ankle a couple of weeks ago before the end of the season, and he played. Something was wrong. Something was wrong.
Well, I mean, it's
listen, and last thing I'm gonna say, I believe when we made 10-3 and we clinched the playoff, they checked out till the playoff, so they thought, and they couldn't turn it on.
They checked out. Period.
They checked out and they couldn't check back in. They sounded like they was checking back in. TJ sounded ready. Cam didn't sound ready. I ain't gonna lie. Cam sounded ready before Cincinnati. And they looked ready, except for that little glitch with Cincinnati. I put that on Pickens. I put that on Pickens a little bit more in the offense than I do the defense. Because it was too many drop passes. The defense kept them to 19 points. They have been scoring 30, 40 points. They kept them to 19. Okay. TJ was slacking. However, fire that defensive coordinator. Arthur Smith, you go on the interview with anybody you want. Goodbye. Bring me.
What's up with these balloons?
Because I'm speaking the truth. Bring me
it was
Brian.
A celebration for also the what's his name? Yeah, he can go anywhere back except back to Atlanta.
Go wherever he wants. Go to Jacksonville. I don't care. Go over there.
They do need a coach.
Bring me Brian Leftwich.
You gonna bring me from somewhere.
Bring me a quarterback mind. Bring me an offensive mind with some creativity. Okay, that's what we need, and we need a deep.
In the sense where it's interesting with you guys, y'all have 2 good quarterbacks that y'all need.
And speaking of that, I said people talking about don't keep Russ, get rid of Tomlin, blah 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 blah. So
what? Don't get rid of Tomlin.
Wait a minute. So I went down the list. Now let me look at these quarterbacks that are available, possibly.
Okay.
So I went to the regular season, the offensive passing stats.
Okay.
So I looked at all of the quarterbacks. I said, we won't get Joe Burrow. We won't get Jared Goff.
No.
Baker Mayfield, we won't get him either.
No, he's staying in Tampa, unfortunately.
Geno Smith replaced Russell.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Sam Darnold, who wants him?
Yeah, that's interesting because
over Russell and Justin, I don't. Okay, moving on. Lamar, we can't have him. Patrick Mahomes, he's not available. Aaron Rodgers, don't want him. Justin Herbert,
not available.
Okay. Justin Herbert, not available. Brock Purdy, Don't want him.
He's also not available either.
Kyler Murray, he ain't available. They ain't gonna get rid of him.
No.
Bo Nix, not available. Matthew Stafford, not available. Josh Allen, not available.
Yeah, definitely not.
CJ Stroud, not available. Jaden Daniels,
okay. Rookie,
not available. Taylor Williams, rookie not available. Look, wait a minute, wait for the next one. Kirk Cousins, don't want him.
Also not available as we still have him.
Next one, Jordan Love, not available.
Yeah, Denver. I mean, Packers ain't getting rid of him.
Next one, Jalen Hurts, not available.
Nope.
Highest percentage completion, Tua Tagovailoa. I don't want him.
He also is not available, possibly either, because didn't he just sign a contract? Yeah.
Next on the list is Russell Wilson. We already got him. Next on the list, Bryce Young. He ain't going nowhere.
No, he not. But I would like for him to go. Well, he's still under a rookie contract. But if he wasn't, he can take himself to Pittsburgh. But he ain't going to because that's.
We got Justin. I want us to get a.
Justin wouldn't work.
And we need a coordinator that got quarterback experience to utilize Justin the way he needs to be utilized. Okay.
I mean, that was the problem in Chicago.
Yeah. Next person on the list, D Maine from New England. What's his first name? Drake May. He ain't going nowhere.
He's
next
on
the
list. Available either. He's still a rookie.
Derek Carr. Don't want him.
I don't think New Orleans is getting rid of him either.
Next on the list, Jameis Winston. They just cleaned him. They just locked him up.
Yeah, plus Deshaun. I mean, he's definitely taking Deshaun's place.
All right, next on the list, Will Levis. Don't want him.
Dang, who was what? Oh, I'm sorry, Tennessee.
Next on the list.
I had to be like, what does he play for? I'm so sorry, Tennessee.
Next on the list, Daniel Jones. You know I don't want him.
Where is he? I mean, oh no, he's a backup for
Minnesota.
Exactly, which they probably should have put him in. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence. He ain't going nowhere. Gardner Minshew. Don't want him. Dak Prescott.
Well, that's gonna be interesting. He's not because he just signed a contract.
Cooper Rush. Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, Dallas
ain't backup.
Dallas is not.
But we ain't got nobody. Okay, right. Next on the list, Anthony Richardson with a completion percentage of 47, the lowest in the league.
But also, let's compare that he also been hurt a lot of that time, so he ain't really got. And also the Colts aren't getting rid of him either, and that's also still a rookie contract. So
right. And so down below there, I'm gonna say the names fast. We don't need to debate. Flacco, Mac Jones, O'Connell, Mason Rudolph, Rattler, Deshaun Watson, Justin Fields. We already got him. Locke, Andy Dalton, and Tyler Huntley. That's about the only one I'd be possibly interested in, but we don't really need him because we already got Justin and Russell and Kyle Allen, who don't look bad.
I feel like you have the Steelers are fine with Russell and Justin. It's just like you said, you just need somebody who knows how to work with them.
Russell did not look good. He looked old. He looked slow. He looked confused. And if Sierra have a baby in the next 6 months, right, put this clip in there, Vanessa. If that boy have a baby in the next 6 months, I was right. And if that woman have a baby in the next year, I was right.
You mean this year? Sometime this year?
Well, sometime this year. I was right.
Before the season, before the season starts.
I was right. Okay, we're going to see. Moving on. Next game, Broncos at the Bills.
Dang, you talk so much about your Steelers. You didn't even say anything about the
Listen, the Ravens ain't nothing to say, but if they don't give Lamar the MVP, it's a conspiracy.
You know, there's still a big debate on if they want to give it to Lamar or Josh, and they keep saying they'll be like, "Oh, I wish they could give it to both of them."
What? Why is it such a problem? Aaron Rodgers won 4 times. Peyton won 5. Why you can't let this boy get what he has earned? Why? What is the problem? Because this is what I said coming down the street today. I was riding in the car. I said they don't want him to have it because, and I'm gonna say it. Wait. He ain't pretty like Patrick, and he got a mouthful of diamonds. I said it. I said he ain't pretty like Patrick, and he got a mouthful of diamonds. That's it. Both of them are. Now I didn't mince my words. I said it very clearly.
Yeah.
The stats are clear.
It is true.
The stats are very clear. There is no debating. That's not a debate. Anybody trying to debate them stats is kidding themselves, and they must be seeing with Ray Charles glasses because they can't see the stats.
Ray Charles can see though. Even with his blindness, he can
listen. The boy has earned it. Don't just because he got a hairstyle you don't like. He don't talk the way you like. He don't dress the way you like. You cannot deny those stats. You cannot. Put them stats on the screen. Don't put no body image up there. Just put them numbers up there. Just put the numbers up. Now, if you just put the numbers up there, Joe Burrows had way too many interceptions he was good. Don't get me wrong. And you know we love Joe Burrows over here because we put him in the MVP conversation. But at this point, and I've said it from the beginning, Lamar has earned it. I done broke a sweat.
No, she didn't. But also, Matt Ryan has already said that the Ravens was winning the Super Bowl. He claimed.
Yes. Let me tell you why as much as I want Detroit to win, let me tell you why I think the Ravens will win. And it just happened today.
What happened?
I read a letter that Derrick Henry wrote to his grandmama.
Oh.
Derrick Henry wore a purple suit to his interview with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
People thought it was because it was the Ravens. It was his grandmama's, the suit he wore to his grandmama's funeral.
Oh, I was thinking.
His grandmama wanted him to get his education. He wrote a letter to his grandmama saying, I'm getting ready to graduate. Oh. I did what you said. I've been doing good. I've been working hard. I've been getting my lesson. I've been nice to people. I've been nice to my coaches. I've been playing football hard. I mean, girl, I was almost in tears.
Oh.
I was almost in tears. Lamar Jackson has not lost a game since his mama gave him a come to Jesus meeting on the phone. They are undefeated.
I missed that one. So was that when
she said you better blankety blank that blankety blank ball. They are undefeated since she called him.
Oh, isn't his mama his agent though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she also okay. Now it's gonna, I believe it'll be Detroit in them, but Derrick Henry, Ryan Clark said it. The other defensive guy on the show said it. And somebody else said, about 3-4 people said, don't nobody want to tackle Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter. I've been saying it. In the fourth quarter, he is unstoppable. Mm. Now, Detroit, it'll be overtime. But I
hope we do have another overtime Super Bowl.
It'll be great. But Lamar and they made that switch with Humphreys in the defensive backfield or wherever they put, they are unstoppable. They made us look like Tomlin needed to go somewhere and hide. Now, they just said they're bringing him back.
They are. We'll talk about coaches being fired.
Listen, you can bring him back. Let me say this clear.
You want to take your glasses off and come to the screen and tell everybody what you're saying?
You can bring back Tomlin.
But
bring us an offensive coordinator
like Brian Leftwich, like you keep saying,
quarterback experience. Brian Leftwich or Eric Bimery from Kansas City. Okay, and we need a defensive coordinator that knows how to stop the ball and teach the cornerbacks how to read where the ball is and to tackle the receiver before he catches the ball or as soon as he catches the ball, not stand back 5 yards and wait for him to come to him. Thank you.
Okay. Next game, as we have already.
Next game. Final score was 28-14. Next game. Bills Broncos 31-7. They ran all over them doggone Broncos. Oh my gosh.
You thought it might have been even a matchup when it first started, when the Broncos
started
with that nice little 7, but somehow, and then they almost had the game tied up at halftime, but then they missed the field goal. Will Lutz missed the field goal like he usually does. Don't know why Sean Payton brought him over from New Orleans, but hey, whatever. Anyway, they still lost. I mean, then after that, I was like, oh, maybe they're going to come back after halftime. And the Bills was like, nah, we played with y'all too much. We let y'all think that we made y'all think it was going to be something. Let's go and destroy them now. And I was like, okay.
26 first downs to 13 for Denver. You ready for this? 471 total yards.
To what? To 100 and
224.
I mean, wow.
I mean, now I will say this. Josh was 20 of 26 for 261.
He has a lot of interceptions because he be throwing the ball a lot.
Hold on. And Lamar was 16 of 21 for 175. He only missed 5 for a quarterback rating of 132. Passer rating of 132. And Josh was 135. Okay. He was sacked twice. He missed 6. He missed 6 passes. Lamar missed 5. All right. But they rushed for 210 yards. I mean, they look good. Now, that's going to be a good game. Now, Lamar said
it's definitely going to, because, of course, the commentators keep on saying it's the MVP matchup game when we are already said that we think that Lamar automatically should get it, but hey. But it's going to be interesting. It is but also at the same time, they met up in week 4 and the Ravens beat them 35-10, I think.
Yeah.
But which is true, they're both not the same teams. Actually, both of them are better than what they were.
Way better.
Better.
But Derrick Henry, if I got to go running back to running back, give me Derrick Henry over James Cook any day.
But they already said you pretty much got 2. You got Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. There was it's a 2 against 1. But yes, I will definitely take Derrick Henry over James Cook. And James Cook is very good.
He's good. He's very good.
Was it this game that he ended up getting an extra 13 yards after? Yeah, it was him. He was running and he got an extra 13 yards when all the defenders were on him. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So no, we can't play around now. All right. So the final score was 31-7. They beat the socks off of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fine. Because it set it up for, like I say, the Bills and the Ravens. That's going to be smoking. And what day is that game on? We'll get to that. That's Saturday, ain't it?
Sunday. Nope, that one, they made that the Sunday night game. because they knew everybody was going to be wanting to watch that one. Sunday
night.
I'll be late. 6:30.
I'll be late again. I got practice every Sunday night. But anyway.
Okay. But
that's all right. I'll come in by halftime. I'll be on by halftime. Yeah. All right. Next game. Packers at the Eagles. Whoa. Well, we knew the Eagles would win. We knew that. But we did think the Packers were going to show up. They didn't even show up. Jordan, bless his heart. He did not show up. He was in a bad way. He was having a tough time. It was not his day. That's all there is to it. You can't sugarcoat it no kind of way. He was 20 of 33. He had 3 interceptions for a passer rating of 41. Didn't we just say somebody had a 1 of 40? That was Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Jordan was 41.
Wow.
He was cutting it close.
So this is how bad I don't even know if this was how bad the Packers were, but they were not doing that well enough that AJ Brown decided he wanted to have a book reading on the sideline.
He said, I like to read.
The crazy part was Jalen's thing. He said, well, I mean, he said he liked to read. I mean, I ain't never seen him read before, but yeah, everybody was like, dang, you supposed to be like, you supposed to say.
I told you there's a beef going on between them two. I don't know if it's a female tied up in there. I don't know if AJ thought he was
old girlfriend.
I don't listen, but it's something going on. That's some shade.
Yeah, how he said that in an interview was so hilarious. He was like, I mean,
yeah,
and like to read. Like he said, he liked to read. I mean, I ain't never seen him read before, but yeah. Like, kind of like, why y'all asking me this dumb question about him? Like, it's not like you ask him your own self. And I ain't never seen him read before. You be like, yes, you have. Y'all read the playbook all the time.
All the time. Well,
but it was interesting to see what book they actually had. What book he was reading actually had it opened up, or what highlighted stuff, the intellectual stuff. But seriously, honestly, you be like, you really in the middle of the game and you actually can get a book to read?
Hey, listen, everybody got to do what they got to do for their own mental well-being. If he needs to read a book, instead of turning over the Gatorade jug, read the book. Read the book.
That's what
could have been the Bible. It could have been the Bible. Could have been the Bible. It was a book.
It was.
Just because it was a black hardcover, that don't mean it was a Bible.
It was a book. It actually, they showed us what book he actually said.
What book was it?
Oh, it was like something about the intelligence. Hold up. What's his name? AJ Brown. Reading.
Final score was 22-10 while AJ was reading what book?
He was reading The Inner Excellence.
Okay, could have been reading the Bible still.
No, that was the name of the book.
In there. It was some scriptures in there. It was some scriptures in there.
You're so funny.
Yeah, I am, ain't I? All right, next game. The upset that we picked, the upset that we picked, the upset that we picked, the upset that we picked. Yeah. Let's do a chest bump. Let's do a chest bump. Wait a minute. Let's do a chest bump on the Zoom.
Oh.
We said the Commanders would win. I said by 3, 38-35. You said by 5, 35-30, 23-20.
Boy, this is why excited we was, because let me tell you, my Falcons group chat was going. I'm talking about some, we was definitely like, let these Bucks sit down.
I said it on the pregame predictions. I said, you give Jaden 10 seconds and he can score. I said it. And they put the stat up. I took the picture last night, I think.
Oh, yes. I saw that too. And
Five games that he has won with 10 seconds or less on the clock.
And they showed all of them, including ours with the touch with our overtime. But they said Dan Quinn actually, like, he said he's happy that they always had these close games because they know what to do and they know how to work, like, go through the pressure. Like, I love it. You know, I'm a Dan Quinn fan because he used to be with us, so you know.
Commanders' 4th straight game with game-winning drive in 4th quarter or overtime, tied for the 2nd longest streak by any team since, hold it, 1950.
1950? Who was that team?
It don't say.
Wow. But they also said to who was it? Oh man. Man, I forgot my thought. But I know it was with them. It had something. Hold up. Easy 10. My thought would come back. But yeah, I was.
So the lady asked him, how do you stay so calm? She was speechless when he said, I just give it to the Lord. He take care of all of that. She was speechless. She was like, she was speechless. She didn't know what to say. He's
like they say he's like a big kid. He runs around. I love it. Like, their chemistry is so awesome. And you could tell, like, that was one thing I did like about Dan Quinn, even when he was with the Falcons and stuff. But he, like, brought the locker room together so well. And they said that he did that in the Commanders. Like, you could tell that they said that they stay afterwards, like an hours afterwards, after practice, just playing cards and stuff. Just really neat. But you could tell they have a real nice camaraderie that they,
and what they call it? The must-have? This must-have. I think they call it the must-have. The must-have. I mean,
and guess what? They
all brought into must-have.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So remember when we were talking about going on 4th downs? Dan Quinn, they went for every 4th down conversion that they did. They only did half of it. It was only like 2 for 4. But at the same time, it was like they went for everyone. Because Dan Quinn was like, they did not want to give the Bucs a long time with the ball, because if they did, they knew that they win when they have longer time of possession, and they cut it down, and you could tell it threw them off because Baker had to hurry up and do stuff versus having a long period of time of going all these long drives. But
Washington had 22 first downs to 19, total yards 350 to 284. Now, Baker only missed 3 passes, though. 15 of 18. That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden was 24 of 35. Penalties 5 to 7. And time of possession 35 to 24.
Yeah, he said that they needed to have longer time of possession.
And they did.
Yeah, and I forgot what quarter it is, but they had like more. They had it longer than anything. But what else was interesting on there? That game was interesting.
It was very interesting.
It was the closest of all the wild card games that we had this weekend. Like that, everybody. I think it was the best matchup.
It was.
It should have been us though. I keep saying that. I was like, that's what I was doing all night.
If y'all had started Michael Penix 3 or 4 games sooner, it would have been.
We know this. I know this.
It would have been y'all. But I will say this:
probably would have played LA. We wasn't gonna play. The Vikings would have played. We would have probably played the Vikings tonight.
And y'all would have beat them, because all you gotta do is rush Sam Darnold, because he got sacked 8, 9 times. We're gonna get to it.
We are, right, but the ugly part about the ending of that game was that nice little doink that happened. Oh, that was funny.
Oh my gosh, did you see him trying to get ready?
I was about to say, did anybody pay attention to the kicker getting ready? He had me dying laughing because I was sitting there first and he kept doing. First, he was trying to fix his hair.
I was like, what is he doing with that helmet?
Like, you got a helmet. He was kept on fixing his hair.
Yeah, he was petting that helmet. He put the helmet halfway on, then he take it off.
No, and I'm like, but we're not looking at your hair. It's not going to help us. And then
he was trying to get the side. Now the side. I can see the sock because I will take my shoe off and fix that little seam across my toe. I don't like that. I'll do it with my
said the kicking shoe is smaller, so it has to do it. But they even said he must have been nervous because he was.
I mean, that helmet thing was a trip.
I said,
he put that thing right here, then he take it off.
He said, "Okay, my hair." Okay, he didn't even have a mirror.
He was on it, but I tell you what, that thing said, "Don't," and went right through.
Like, yes!
Oh my gosh, unbelievable! So excited. I'm so glad we picked it. So glad we picked it.
It doesn't matter. I was gonna pick it anyway.
Huh?
It didn't matter. Remember, I was gonna pick it anyway.
You was gonna pick it anyway.
I was like, yeah, of course not. So
now, the game that just went off, 27-9 was the final score. The Rams. I told you the Rams were ready. I told you the Rams were ready.
Yeah,
I told you.
I feel like also at the same time though. Okay, I told you I didn't know. I said which Sam Darnold was gonna show up. That was one.
But I told you it didn't matter because the Rams, and I found out that Don Shula's grandson is a defensive coordinator for the Rams.
Oh wow!
But he was the coach. He was the coach of that undefeated Miami Dolphins back in the 70s. That's good. He come from good stuff. He looked just like his granddaddy too.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I had a little torn. I told you this prior to we going live and stuff. So I enjoy watching this. I try to, as best as I can, to watch the Monday night preview, like Monday Night Football preview, or the NBC Sunday Night Football preview, because then you learn so much about the players and then the organization, and then you find like you end up having a heart for them even more.
Like I just said, like I just switched from the Detroit Lions to the Baltimore Ravens because of Derrick Henry and his grandmama.
Yes, that was one. But so sticking with the purple people leaders.
Oh yeah.
Like, yes, the purple people leaders and stuff. So prior to this, I don't know if anybody remembers Kyron Jackson. He was just drafted like earlier this year, technically we'll say last year now. He got drafted, and then literally in July, he was killed in a car accident with his friends from high school. Yes. You probably remember it because I was I always feel sad when I hear about somebody who just got drafted and somehow they die and stuff, because it happens. It doesn't happen that often, but it does happen a little bit too often to me sometimes, that whatever happens. Because I remember one year somebody got killed literally after they got drafted, like that night. He somehow got in a car accident.
Yeah.
But this one was not their fault. They got hit by a drunk driver. It was really sad. But ESPN, they did on Monday Night Football, they highlighted that, which was interesting, because what the Vikings did is they still have his jersey. They still have his locker with his jersey in it. It's so sweet. Like at his funeral, like they was like the team, even though if you think about it, he probably was only with the team for 2 months. He didn't even get a chance to play an actual NFL scrimmage, not even preseason game. And so because he died in July right after what was it, July 6th. So it was right after 4th of July weekend. So at his funeral, they had players like Aaron Jones was there, all his his teammates. Kevin O'Connell asked the family, like, hey, can I stand up and say some words about him? And he did. And they were like, wow, kind of in a sense. It was so, and they showed like a little bit of it. So they still have his locker. It's still like with it and everything. I forgot which one of his teammates, but they played together in Alabama and they got drafted in the same class. They every home game he puts his Bible like on it, and they put it on his favorite verse, which was Jeremiah 29:11. Aaron Jones says every 2 weeks he'll change flowers in his locker. it's really sweet that I was like, oh my gosh. They said that you could feel the energy with him and all that other stuff. They all wear his initials KJ on their like helmet or on a jersey. They also have it on their practice field, his name, like his name, and they said they go over and they pray over it. They pray.
Wow.
I know. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, I really want y'all.
That is sweet. That is sweet. And you know, it was really sweet how the Cardinals sent the plane to pick up the Rams, and they brought they sent 2 planes,
2 cats.
Yeah, and it concessions for 60,000 people, and
they bought the actual color blue and yellow for
everything. I mean, that was really good. How many was it? 4,000? How many people was it?
I think they said 400 people. 400. Yeah, with all the families and stuff that they got and stuff. They said they're actually flying them back home now. Like after a game. So, but they put them there for that was
nice.
That was nice.
You know, it is a brotherhood. It is a brotherhood. It is a brotherhood. Now, now we're gonna talk about
motivation to win. Also,
they did.
Reason because they unfortunately got gypped of getting a home game, and they did say that the stadium had a little bit more Vikings fans than Ravens fans. I mean Ravens. I'm sorry, Rams fans. I know it's R&R, R-A-R.
But that's okay. Look, that's okay. I knew they was gonna win. I wouldn't care if they played on the moon. I knew they was gonna win.
Yeah. She was right on that one.
Well, because Matthew Stafford, he can throw to anybody that was out there. Because when Puka Nacua was out, we didn't even miss him. And we missed him, but we didn't. Because it was like next man up, and he just kept getting yardage. He was in the top 3 for yardage and everything the whole time, and they had a bunch of injuries. Cooper Kupp and what's the boy name? Nacua.
Puka Nacua. Okay, let's run that back because that is true. But remember, the Rams start off slow every year, and they
had all of those injuries.
They did, but they also usually start off slow too.
And they come in with a bang at the
end. They were starting to get back, and then they just rolled it. So a minute, I was wrong, but I wasn't the only one. There was some other there was
a whole bunch of people. A whole bunch of people.
Half and half though. It was half and half because everybody said too when we all did it. We said, I don't know what Sam Darnold is showing up.
And a lot of people did think that Washington could upset the Buccaneers, but they were scared to pick them. Now I'm gonna tell you something else we didn't talk about real quick before we end this. People, that betting mess, that betting, they mad because a lot of people lost money because Saquon did not score a touchdown. He said he didn't give a bleep. He wasn't gonna pull no hammy and somebody get injured trying to score a touchdown. They had already won the game. That was what was important.
That is true. And you know what's hilarious too, though? So y'all know I'm not a bettor, but somebody was making fun of me with my fantasy when I talk about fantasy football, and they was like, see, this is why I don't do this. You don't let the players play. And I'm like, but I need my person to get something. So I get it to a certain extent. I do get it when you be like, dang, I wanted you to give me some points. Although they was losing money, not points. So, but yes, I get it to a certain extent. Like, hey, I wanted you to get some points for me because I got, I'm trying to win this game / you trying to win some money. But yeah. I get it, but also at the same time, it is true. You be like, the players, they know. I know they know that people be having them and be like, they betting on them.
Now, one other thing while we doing a recap.
Are we recapping coaches? Or is that later?
Yeah, we recapping because a lot of people are saying that the Steelers tapped out. They felt like they tapped out and they gave up. You kind of mentioned that. I think the motivation is gone. think it's gone. It was something else I wanted to say about.
But then that goes to the heart of the locker room, though. But I don't know. In order for me to really see that part of it, I'm gonna have to go back and watch Hard Knocks and really see, since they have all of y'all, to see what that locker room is. Because then at that point, we can see what it is. Because the camera, as much as they can probably pretend, the camera's not gonna, people are gonna pick up like something ain't right.
Well, it's clear something went right. They couldn't communicate. They weren't connected. They weren't on the same page. They standing around looking on the field. The man way over there. They down there. It's clearly something was wrong. Something wrong. And so if week 1 you looked at the film and you saw that I'm gonna just say Trice was 5 yards off the guy. All right, so next week, why was Jackson 5 yards off the guy? Why was it the same problem every week? Standing back there, okay, there you go. Hey, I'm gonna wait for you to catch it. Go, hey,
yeah. Hey, I caught it.
I'm gonna okay, come on.
No, I'm gonna run, no. And I'm gonna run past you.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna wait for you to get here, and I'm gonna tackle you. Come on.
No, I'm not even running near you. I'm gonna run opposite of you.
Oh. Bye. That's what I was doing. I mean, and I blame. That's why I say it's coaching. That's coaching. That is coaching. They were not adjusting the.
Obviously, it might not be. If it's a coaching thing, that means that Mike might not be gelling well with who he has. So.
Again, that sums up to the coaching. That's coaching.
Speaking of coaches, let me tell you.
Yeah, speaking of coaches.
No.
What did happen?
Before we go, I had to say this because when I was watching the Commanders game and Buccaneers, Todd Boyles also, I was laughing a lot during this game. And it wasn't I was yelling like, oh my gosh, but certain people had me laughing. Like, obviously, the Commanders kicker had us all laughing. But Todd Boyles, I realized that he is a funny man. Watching him on the sidelines with his facial expressions, that man act like he cannot open up his eyes. He always be like, like it's something. I was wanting to say that because I was like, why is he always like squinting? Like, what is you thinking hard about? Like like if something good happens, he's kind of like, oh, okay. But it's almost like Bill Belichick on it, like he never smiled. Todd Boyles always is squinting at something like,
yeah,
and like almost like he's deep in thought. Even like if they call something wrong, he'd be like, or they do some, he'd be like, okay. But most of the time he's pretty much squinting a lot.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but it was very interesting watching him and laughing at him on the sidelines. But which one we talking about? We talking about Mike McCarthy
after Jerry did all that talking about he won't change in coaches. He's the lyingest. That little man lie. I wouldn't trust him with a $2 bill. I wouldn't trust him. I swear to God. That man is the lyingest little man.
Well, so prior to the game, when they were doing Monday Night Football, and they were saying it, and it was very interesting what all of them were saying, like that they said that obviously they were saying that it must have been, he was trying to keep him, but it must have been something in this new, like when they was trying to renew the contract that Mike McCarthy was like, absolutely not, I gotta go. But somebody also said this, and I do agree with it, that they said it probably is that, it's probably that, but it's probably that Jerry is very difficult to, in a sense, work with.
No,
he has his own culture. Like, you know how they always say different, and they talked about Mike Tomlin stuff. It was like, you have these people and they're supposed to go after, and they're supposed to change the culture of the locker room and stuff. But Jerry is the culture. Like, he don't like nobody changing this stuff. Now, the interesting word on the street is now that him and Dion are talking, and we know that Dion is a culture changer in locker rooms. So I don't know how that's going to work. In a sense,
wasn't Dion in that locker room?
He was in the locker room, but I'm just saying, but Deion as a coach, there's a difference being a player. I feel like it's the difference being a player and changing culture versus the coach, because they're the ones who are actually making it along with, and it trickles down to the players. Deion changes cultures of locker rooms, as we saw in Jackson State. We see it with Colorado. So now you're going to be an NFL coach. I think that's going to be very interesting with it and stuff like that, because now it's not that you.
I think he's going to still be Deion. I think he's going to still be.
I think he is.
And I think he's going to still talk. He may say different words in the locker room because he's talking to a different age of man.
Now you're.
But he's going to still be in that locker room. He's going to still be Deion.
But if Jerry is the problem, quote unquote, and he doesn't want locker rooms changed to a certain extent, how is that going to come around with that when that's literally what, like I said, Deion is a game changer. If
Deion get that job, it'll be because Deion told him and he convinced that man. Wait a minute.
He convinced Jerry.
If Deion gets the job, it's because Jerry realizes, and Deion helped him realize, that there must be a change.
Okay, he may decide that and stuff, but Jerry is an old man.
That's gonna be dead soon. And if it take Deion to say, and if you don't let me do what I need to do, you ain't gonna get no championship. Deion ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Deion ain't gonna be scared to say, look,
that's true. Jerry, I feel like, but you know what? Deion may be the perfect person to go in the locker room because he can challenge Jerry. Like, he will respectfully challenge him. But
that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I think he got the balls. Them other coaches that he hired
were kind of like, yes,
was so desperate to have a head coaching job that they did whatever. Deion ain't desperate. Deion got a job. Deion can get any coaching job he want at the college level if that's what he want.
That's true.
So he don't need the job. And he told Jerry he don't need the job. And if I take the job, I'm going to do the job the way I need to do the job, or leave me where I'm at. Because what you're doing ain't working. Respectfully, sir. What you're doing ain't working.
And we all have seen it ain't working.
It ain't working. What? How many coaches?
9.
Garrett, McCarthy, the pretty boy, pretty hair. The commentator with the pretty hair. Johnson. And the name?
Jimmy.
Oh,
yeah, they said they haven't been right since Jimmy.
That's what I'm saying.
It's true. They haven't had a championship since Jimmy Johnson, so. I mean,
Jimmy had balls too, didn't he? Jimmy had balls too, didn't he?
Yeah, and also Deion played under Jimmy, so. Deion played under Jimmy too, so.
Thank you. That's the last time they won a championship, right?
Yeah, that was when Jimmy was coaching.
Thank you. Now, New England. What kind of mess was that firing that boy the same day? What mess was that?
What, you talking about Jerod Mayo?
Yeah, listen. And tonight I heard
they chose another former player to be
Yeah.
We'll see how.
Ain't he been there before? Ain't he been over there before? Why he a coordinator over there?
Hold up, I gotta remember.
Look it up. Now, I was getting ready to say something. I guess I wasn't supposed to say it because it done left me. Whatever it was, it must not have been meant to say. Doggone it. I guess it wasn't meant to say because that show was going to say something. Must not have been real nice.
Yeah, it was for 16, but he was a player with them.
Okay, what else? That was it? Just a player?
That's right. No, he was at the Titans.
Where was he at before the Titans?
Hold up. I'm over here reading another article. Hold up. Oh, he was. Well, hold up. Well, wait. He was at the Texans. He was the Texans defensive coordinator 2017 through 18. He was the head coach of the he was the Titans head coach. He was literally just the Titans head coach.
Yeah, but he was at the Texans. Okay.
First he was off, a linebacker. Okay. Ooh. Maybe that was me being mean because I was about to say, I don't understand how. Okay, the Titans, Tennessee Titans, y'all have been interesting seasons.
What you said? What you trying to say? Why did they fire him?
Why did they? No. Not why the Tennessee Titans fired him, but why did the Patriots go from? It's almost like they made a lateral move. Gerard Mayo has only had one season and had a bad season.
Well, it has been clearly
multiple losing seasons at the Tennessee Titans.
Well,
I know he used to be a player there.
Somebody made the statistical observation that African American coaches only get one losing season, whereas other ethnicity coaches seem to get multiple opportunities to have losing seasons. Did I say that politically correct?
You did, but it's right.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth.
But you know what? The interesting part is this is why we always have to go back to Mike Tomlin. Since he's been with the Steelers, he's never had a losing record or season, period.
Right.
Like none other. He's been with he's been on with y'all for like 16 seasons.
17, 18.
No losing record, no losing. Even that year that y'all did super, was that last year? Nope, it wasn't last year. It was the year before last. 2023 season? Or was it 2022 season? Well, you remember that season?
8-8.
We was like, oh my God, y'all about to have a losing record for the first time.
We had Duck and Mason Rudolph. Because Ben got hurt.
But then after that, the thing about it is, I was like, oh my God, they're about to have a losing record for the first time. And everybody thought it. And somehow, we still end up having a winning record.
Oh, I know what it was. Somebody said that he pushed the veterans too hard during the season. And then when they ain't got nothing left, because we keep losing games at the end of the season like they ain't got nothing left. And some of the players complained about padded practices late in the season. Now, if you keep doing that and you keep losing at the end of the season, doggone it, change it. It ain't working. It ain't working. Change it. You just keep wishing and hoping and hoping and wishing that it's gonna change and it ain't. So change it. Come on. You looking at a tape? Is y'all looking at the tapes that we see in the games, or what tapes y'all looking at?
I don't know. I wonder what they look at sometimes. I do wonder.
Are they sleep? Are the tapes going and they sleep?
They probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of the players do sleep during the play.
I'm talking about the coaches.
Oh, they probably sleep too. No, they probably.
Well,
All
right. Well,
like a class.
We have given you the recap of Wild Card Weekend, and it was truly wild.
Wicked wild.
So the divisional playoffs are coming, and we are getting ready to make our predictions. So check out the videos coming up. See what we
guys who are trying to figure out what you should already know, but if somehow you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the schedule is for this week, we'll just let you know.
Let them have it.
So, starting off on Saturday on divisional round weekend at 4:30, the Houston Texans are traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs, aka week, what was that? 15 rematch. Yeah. That was the week that oh dang, what is his name? It's not Nico Collins, and I totally forgot, but he got hurt. He's out for the whole rest of the season.
I can't say it
Tank
either.
Dell. Ooh, I forget that real fast. Yeah, Tank Dell.
Okay.
Remember he got hit in the knee, and it was like, oh my God, yeah, that was that week. And then we was like, oh my God, and then that was when they pretty much started losing the game after that. Then on Saturday night at 8:00.
Are you ready for some football?
Man, these night games are gonna be it.
Wow.
We have the Washington Commanders traveling to the Detroit Lions.
Wow.
Boy, that's gonna be a game right there. I'm gonna say what I want to say for our video.
Okay, Chocolate City versus the Motor City. Whoa.
That's pretty. Yeah, that is true. I didn't think
That's
about that.
true. We're gonna say that on the other video too. Go ahead.
It is Chocolate City versus Motor City. Who gonna win on that one? And then Sunday on the 19th, we have the Rams traveling to Philly at 3:00. Oh yeah, that was on NBC. The other two was on ESPN, and the other one's on Fox. Then the next football matchup, Sunday night, or evening at 6:30. Oh, CBS. We got the Ravens going to the Bills, and they've already said it's about to be cold because they said it's about to be 23 degrees there and possibly snowing. So,
and Baltimore is the favorite.
But I think my one
I
thought about one there.
Just
the favorite.
Just one. Don't take but one.
Shoot.
Don't take but half.
It don't.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the recap. We've given you 1 hour of juiciness, 1 whole hour of recap. Wild weekend, wild card weekend, and we was wild. They was wild. We was wild.
Wow. Sorry.
Okay.
All the wild weekends. But yes, that was.
Thank y'all for watching. What you gonna say, Master T?
See y'all next week. Oh, I forgot. How did I forget? And then, of course, even though this is the NFL, but on Monday, we get to watch college football championship game against the Notre Dame Irish versus Ohio State Buckeyes.
And we'll put that on our predictions. We'll put our predictions for that on there.
Man, that coach is so fine. I don't know which one to do it for. Sorry. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.